De Facto Podcast is privileged to have been founded on Wadjuk Noongar land.
We pay our respects to the traditional owners of this land and express our sincere gratitude for their ongoing guidance as we work in their community.
Right, hello and welcome back to another episode of De Facto, where we discuss our 9-to-5 kind of relationships in another podcast that literally no one asked for. I'm Nicolette.
I'm Kate.
And we're once again excited to be back.
Yes, it is good to be back. It's always good to be back. We're also here with our producer, Lainey. Big shout out to Lainey. And a big shout out to our sponsors today. Our sponsors are...
A bottle of Baileys.
Yummy.
And that would go nice with the barbecue shapes.
Yes.
From a few weeks ago, if, you know, they're back in stock, because as we know, we spoke about them so much they sold out.
Yes. And I think a bottle of Baileys would really go down nicely with our TikTok fame.
It would, absolutely.
And a cheers with a bottle of Baileys.
And a cheers.
Thank you.
All right, on today's episode, we are covering a little bit about how to stay toxic in relationships, our fun weekend, and a long-haired Yahoo kind of relationship.
Yes. We've also, our heads are pretty big at the moment because we have blown up on TikTok.
We had to absolutely lube our heads coming through that door because our heads are ooge.
Ooge. I'm getting trolled. I'm getting cyberbullied. But I'm okay with it right now.
Because if anyone hasn't seen, we are at, you know, the high 100, 200, 300,000.
Thousands
of views. Thanks to producer Lainey making a killer TikTok.
And a big shout out to Jake who commented and spoiled it for everyone.
But you know what? I don't think he did spoil it. I think he just made our heads even bigger because he said that is the funniest story I've ever listened to.
He did.
Something
Funniest story. So go back and listen to last week's podcast. I would say start at the beginning because the first one is a real doozy.
The first podcast. This is episode 5, by the way, so you got 4 more to catch up on. And lucky people going on road trips, stuck in traffic. You got lots to catch up on. Eeps. Massive.
Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, Nick, how was your weekend?
Oh, my mate, I had a big weekend.
Huge.
Massive. Started off Thursday night.
Do you know what that's called? Pre-kend.
Oh, pre-kend. All right.
Yes.
A little bit fun.
Pre-kend.
That's fun.
I learned that on my weekend.
From the youths.
Quickly Google's youth words. Woke.
Slang. Hashtag slang.
AF. etc. Yeah, go on. Tell me.
So Thursday night, I went out for dinner with my friends and I got home. You know when you leave the house during the day and then you come home at night time and like everything's still open, like the blinds, the windows, whatever. And I came home.
That is recipe for
intruders.
Perverts and peeping toms. I love that shit. That's a perfect cocktail.
Okay.
Continue.
So I come home, walk in the lounge room. I was like, oh, blinds not, shut the blinds, whatever. And then I was like, oh, I'm just going to jump straight in the shower, straight to the bathroom.
Wash off today's sins.
Wash off the sins. And then I got out of the shower, dried myself, and then I hung up my towel, which is very unlike
In the bathroom.
Weird. So I just dried myself and I didn't grab my PJs before I went to the bathroom.
So you've now hung your towel up and you know you have to leave, walk. See, I'm not someone that walks around the house naked
at
neither.
all. But this was at like 10 p.m. and I was just like, oh, whatever. I'm just going to go to bed, put my pajamas on, jump straight in. Cool. Never done it before. Anyway, also.
Never done it.
Home alone. So it's not like I have to worry about roommates or whatever. Anyway, hang on my towel. Walk to my bedroom and I flick on the light in my bedroom, all the other lights are off. And you know when it's dark outside, if someone's got their light on in their house, it's super obvious.
It's so
you can
clear.
see everything. So I'm halfway across my bedroom and I hear my neighbours walking to their front door. And I am in the middle of my bedroom and they walk straight past my window and I can hear them. But I can't see them because it's dark outside. But I know that they would be able to see me. And so I do one of these like, you know when you like don't know where to go? I was just like,
because in your house you can't backtrack because you can still see down the hallway.
They could see me. So I'm standing starkers, like, and I go to like lean towards the window to try and shut. Like I'm like, okay, I'll shut the blinds, and then I realize I have to walk in front of the window to get to the blind pulley. So I don't do that. So I turn back to go to the light switch, and I was like, oh, then they're gonna see my ass.
What's better, tits, ass? I don't know.
So instead, I just dropped to the floor. I'm just crouching down at the end of my bed like full starkers and trying to like crawl out of the room.
And your neighbour.
And the worst part is they could probably see there like not knowing what to do, full butt naked sitting on the cold floorboards. And then I hear them go inside and I was like, I can never leave my house again. So I then stand up, turn off the light first of all, shut the blinds.
Yep.
And now I know, one mistake, never leave the house without the blinds shut. 2, don't take your pajamas to the bathroom.
And they say you're either the naked neighbour or
you have a naked neighbour.
you, naked neighbour.
I've always been the naked neighbour.
And what a treat for them though. I bet you made their week.
I know, exactly. I think I did.
Wow.
But
That's
anyway,
lovely.
that was Thursday night saga, very big. And then Friday night, what did we do, Kate?
Well, we went to Bingo Loco. Ay, señorita.
It's quite fun.
Bingo Loco, I don't know if anyone's heard of it. It's the fucking best thing in the world. Yeah. I was not expecting much. I was expecting a game of bingo, right?
With a bit of music.
Perhaps. I'd heard some good things. Anyway, rocked up there. We were at this location in Frio, packed, wall to wall of humans, ready to play bingo.
And Halloween special, so there was costumes
galore. Anyway, get there, sit down. This bloke walks out on stage. Who's ready to play some fucking bingo?
It was a
CO2 cannons, fucking confetti.
Guns.
Shh. Pew, 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 pew.
Yep.
It was
DJ,
intense.
There was hype girls. People were dancing on the tables.
There was so much.
Yeah.
But bingo with legit prizes. 75-inch TV.
And a 12-inch dildo.
12-inch dildo. There was a chainsaw. There was that life-size cutout of the Spice Girls, which I was like, I need.
Kate was fighting hard.
I was like, I've never wanted something more in my life. I need the Spice Girls cutout.
But we didn't get it.
We didn't get it.
But what's really funny, because it was dress up, it's obviously Halloween. And then we were going with a group of people that was like our friends, who didn't really know them. We're in the group chat and everyone's like sending all these pictures of funny outfits. And one of the girls like, we're going all out. Like, don't worry about it. Like, it's going to be so sick, whatever. And I like didn't go all out because I didn't have time. Just got some fairy wings, whatever, real basic. So Hannah, my sister, rocks up. She's borrowed my friend's kids 3 to 4 pumpkin outfit. And so it's supposed to obviously be a whole outfit on a kid, but it's like crop top pumpkin outfit on her, like full puffs out, massive gut pumpkin thing. And she rocks up thinking everyone's gone all out. And all the other chicks at this party are in like hot tennis player outfits. So Hannah rocks up full like Angus Songs and Perfect Stocking, where she rocks up in the olive suit and everyone's hot. And she was like, oh, you bitches.
I rocked up in my olive costume.
Yeah. But, she pulled the pumpkin.
It looked good.
Yeah.
She looked banging in a
Hot
pumpkin.
Slutty pumpkin.
Slutty pumpkin. Nah, it was sick. At one point, they had like, the DJ like threw these balls out into the crowd and was like, whoever catches these, come up to the front and you can win a prize. So 3 people come up and they were told they had to do like a dance off to win the prize. And so there's one guy who's clearly very shy. Like everyone felt awkward for him.
Very social. He kind of looked like he hasn't really been in front of a big crowd before. It might have been his first like clubbing bar experience.
Yeah. So he was like looking down at the ground, like clearly uncomfortable. It was his turn to dance and he kind of started off a bit slow. He got a little bit more into it, but very out of time. Like the music's going 1, he's on 3. It was, But everyone got up and was like, you're killing it, man. This is sick. And then afterwards, we had to like clap for our favourite. Everyone like standing ovation, like, woohoo.
It was adorable.
It was like, what, give us one more. And then anyway, so he wins, obviously. They bring him out his prize, which is this big blow up pool. He gets in the pool. There's this chick dressed as a Playboy bunny in the crowd. She jumps up on stage and motorboats the fuck out of him.
And this guy looked like he'd seen all his Christmases came at once. And he was just like, oh, and he got these massive titties. This chick looked really hot.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a whole vibe. He was loving it.
Bingo on
loving
steroids. There was also this guy there that I think he took a bit of a shine to me. He did, didn't he? I said to you, I was like, I think he's a bit keen, but he was there with his girlfriend, which was like Trey awkward. Yeah. But he kept like pulling me up to dance, picking up my phone, taking videos of me like with him in it. And then like at one stage, I was like, we were playing the game and I said out loud, I was like, it's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. What? Half a second later, it's not looking good, guys.
I mean, you look great in your costume. Can you blame me?
I was like, bring it down, brother. Bring it right down.
Obvious. You're in love with me. Yeah, so Thursday night Friday night, big night.
Big night. Ood.
Well, I had a big day Saturday. So obviously big night Friday night. wakes up Saturday.
Back it up.
Back it up. I haven't done that since I was a youth.
A youth. Yep.
And the next party starts at 2. Well, it's like a lunch and then it's a party later on.
Mm-hmm.
Starts at 2. Nice dinner, lunch thing, catching up with lots of friends. Nice party. Our friend Scott in his house, a stripper pole.
Just in the house?
Or you can take it. It's a detachable one.
Why would you take it down though?
So I then called Zach and said, we need to get a stripper pole.
Makes sense.
Because I was having the time of my life on this stripper pole. It was so fun.
Good workout.
It's such a workout. And I was like, this is a vibe. I was like hanging off it. Me and Maddie just doing spins on it.
No one else gets the
Literally
turn.
no one else. Everyone was like outside. We're just in the lounge. I'm like, no, it was really fun. And then we had to go to other friends. So leave the lunch.
Back to back.
Other
Double
friends'
dipping.
party,
Double dipping in the
Yeah.
piggy pond.
which was lovely. Nice pizza night, drinks, fun. Then they all go out and lead, and then we go back to the other party because then it's lunch into a party.
Do you know what this sounds like? Way too much for me.
Way too much.
Like
I was all stressed. I was like, I don't know what to
What's
do.
the schedule?
And
Are we
then
on time?
We go back to the other party and everyone's gone from 0 to 1,000 in the 5 hours we haven't been there. And it's pumping off. It's going crazy. And everyone's just like really like nicely dressed. Like no one was dressed up for Halloween. Anyway, I look across the room and there's this chick there in like Ugg boots, like full baggy pants, a huge hoodie and a backwards cap. And I was like, whoa, like someone didn't get the memo. Like what's going on? And anyway, standing in the kitchen or whatever, she walks past and she's like, yeah, she's like, don't talk about my outfit. And I was like, oh, like, what?
I wasn't going to ask, but now I want to know.
And then she goes, I thought it was a Halloween party. I came dressed as Adam Sandler. And I was like, you do look like Adam Sandler. She's like, thank you. But like everyone's in like heels and looking cute. She's dressed in fucking Adam Sandler boots. She pulled it off though. She still looked on.
Fuck yeah. Good
Fun
on her.
night. Then they all went out in the party bus and I like smoke bombed out of there. I was like, I can't keep going. It's
Nah.
already 11:30 p.m.
Big night. Big night.
2 big nights in a row. Need to be in bed.
Gonna go get naked in front of my neighbours.
Gotta go make sure the blinds are open, the shower's on.
Oh my God, what? The blinds are open and I'm naked? That's crazy. I didn't even know.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice,
Shame on me.
shame on me.
Yeah. Damn.
But how was your Saturday?
Again, pre-kend. That's a tough word for me. I had a lovely dinner date Thursday.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, this guy, he cooked dinner for me at his house, full on, set the table, napkins, candles, music, hell fancy. Take notes, men
Boys.
and women out there, take notes. It was perfect. Food, amazing, excellent, very romantic. And then we go to bed, right? Because I'm staying the night because that's sort of where we're at the moment. It's very cute. I got to stay the night, but he lives like right in the middle of town. It's very loud and there's a lot of light coming in. So it's like.
You and the naked neighbour.
No. Okay, good night. Mask on, earplugs in.
Who, you?
Me and him. Good night. Mask, earplugs. Cute. So cute.
Love that.
So we're like chatting and he's like, okay, I'm just going to put my other earplug in. Okay, me too. Good night.
All right. Yeah, that's a healthy relationship.
That
is. You can
That
discuss
is
it.
like we're married.
That is
Too
marriage
soon.
vibes, isn't it?
Too soon. Yeah, and he's also got like a big bath at his place. And what do we know about me?
Kate loves a
I
bath.
fucking love baths. I love bathing in my own filth.
What's not to like? from
Anyway,
a-
he's got this big bath. Me? Is it weird if I have a bath?
already running it, just gonna jump in the bath.
Just gonna hop in the bath.
When Kate and I lived together every single night, anyone who's I'm just gonna jump in the bath. Gonna jump in the bath. And then the worst, when we're living together in Canada, they don't have separate toilets. Like it's always like bath, shower, and then a toilet. Like obviously the
In
bath and
one.
the toilet are separate, but in the same room.
Yep.
And one time I came home from work and I was busting to go to the toilet. Like I was ready and I was like running up through the door, burst in the front door, and I hear like Kate singing in the bar. And I knew as soon as I walked in the door that she was in the bar. Then it's not like you can just be like, I've got to come in.
I'm coming in.
Keep the shower curtain shut. So I walk in, hear that. I was like, fuck's sake, Kate. I leave. And this is like peak winter. It's like negative 30 degrees snowing. Me tricks it across to the local park through the snow. Has his public toilets. And I'm sitting there and Kate texts me. She's like, did you just come home? I was like, yeah, you bitch. I had to leave because I had to go to the toilet so bad and I couldn't wait. I get home, she's still singing in the bath, having the time of her life.
I love that bath. I don't think a day went by in Canada that I didn't have a bath.
No.
Some days I probably had 3.
I reckon you probably did. When you're not paying the water bill, who cares?
Yeah. I was like, well, I'm a bit bored. Probably have a bath.
Have a bath.
Makes
Jump
sense.
in the bath.
No, so that was Thursday night. Friday night, bingo loco, ay, ay, ay. Saturday night, wild night, stayed at home, redid the wardrobe. But Sunday,
That's crazy.
Sunday, I went over and saw my mum, and I was talking to my brother about someone, a guy, talking to my brother, and Mum goes, "Is that the young guy?" And I looked at her. I said, "What?" She's like, "I'll listen to the podcast."
Big shout out.
Big shout out, Mum. Biggest
Love it.
supporter. Thank you.
She listened.
She listened.
Sneaky.
And then, okay, so last night, hookup. Just my young boy, my hookup.
Not the 19-year-old.
Not the 19-year-old. The other one that's like 3 years younger, who I got cock blocked by my car with. Him.
Cougar.
Yes.
Am I right?
Anyway, go to his house. We kind of like arranging what we're going to do to hook up kind of thing. And he says, I shit you not, probably 3 times over Instagram or whatever. We could just do this. And then he goes, just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Positions or
No, like how we're going to meet.
Okay.
He goes like, we could go out, have drinks kind of thing.
Right.
And then he'll be like, and then we can hook up just so we're on the same page.
Yeah.
And then, okay, well, maybe we'll grab some dinner or anything. And then, but nothing too romantic, just so we're on the same page. And then something else, finish with, just so we're on the same page. And I was like, bro, I get it. We're on the same page.
On the same page.
I was like,
it's not a novel.
We're on the same
One sheet of
page.
A4 piece of paper.
I'm not going to fall in love with you. This is just sex. And he's like, okay, I'm just checking that we're on the same page. Please. Go over there, dinner, movie, whatever. Then we like go to his bedroom, and then we're kind of like laying there chatting, and then I just casually drop, just so we're on the same page.
Yep, same page though.
Same page.
Yep.
And like we've been talking for like 45 minutes in bed, and I'm like, did I just come here to chat, or are we
I got
hooking
friends
up?
for that, mate.
Yeah, I've got heaps of friends.
Don't need this.
Heaps.
Not looking for a pen pal.
No.
Sort it out.
Anyway, so then like start to hook up. Then I'm like, okay, cool. Well, we need condoms. Absolutely. Don't. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. Condoms. Gets the condom out. And then I'm like, oh, do you have lube? And he's like, yeah. I was like, sick. Get the lube out. And then I'm like, oh, do you just mind if we turn the lights off? I'm not feeling my best. No worries. Turns the light off. He's putting the condom on. I get the lube, squeeze it. The biggest blob.
Oh, no.
The biggest, so many blobs.
All the lubes.
All the lube came out, lands on my belly, and I'm like, fuck. So I give myself a little bit, and then I've got like this mountain of lube, and I'm trying to get rid of it. And it's so sticky.
Oh, no.
And then I put some on him, and then I don't know, and then I'm like wiping it off on me. He practically slipped off me. There was so much lube. It was like a lube crime scene.
No, lube-mobile.
Oh, icked out. And then it was like, then it went sticky.
Oh, nah. I don't want to go sticky.
Oh, it was so awkward.
Sticky lube. Nah.
Anyway, that was my
Busy weekend as well. Huge.
Slaying.
Okay, so I wanted to run this part. Have you seen the stay toxic trends going around at the moment?
Love them.
So good. Where they just like list things like, so you're talking to, for all the people out there that don't know, it's when like someone does something, treats you like shit, and then you like reply with a message which like puts you back in the winner position in the first place. Yeah.
And I love winning.
Yeah.
Because you know what I say? If you're not first, you're last.
Yep. That's what I'm going to tell my kids.
I reckon there's this one. You text them at 1 a.m. and you say, I'm here. And then say, never mind, wrong number.
Love that one. Or this one, delete a letter from their name every time they are rude to you. When the name's gone, they're gone.
Hangman that shit.
Don't you love that?
Love it. I'm here for that.
See you later. So when you got one letter, last straw.
I tried to think of some times when I have been real toxic because, we're all human. I've done it before. But I couldn't think of many. But I thought of a couple of things that like a bit funny. So my brother probably became single at the same time as me. And then a couple of months ago, his like Tinder popped up on my Tinder.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, real.
That's what you want to see on Tinder, your brother.
Yeah.
Hello.
Anyway, so what did I do? Memorized his blurb on Tinder, and then at random family occasions, I would just start saying it out loud. So we're all sitting at dinner, family dinner, And I'm just sitting there and I go, well, here we are again. And then Luke looks at me and I'm like,
Did it take him long?
Some say it's fate. And he's like, what?
Did it take him long to click on that you were taking the piss out of
I
him?
think I did it a few times. The well, here we are. And then eventually he was like, fuck off. I was like, boom, I've been waiting so long to do this.
Yep, that's been in the back pocket for weeks.
Yep. And then another toxic thing I did, which was unintentionally toxic, is this lovely guy that cooked me dinner that I've kind of been seeing. He was like, we were hanging out and he was like, do you want to go get a wine? Because he was going out. He's like, do you want to go get a wine before I go out? And without thinking, I was like, nah, I've got to go pick up a lamp, hey. And he was like, okay. I was like,
Really important. Got to get the lamp today.
It's Saturday afternoon, 4:00.
That's a poor excuse.
The only thing I need to do is pick this lamp up.
5 minutes later, well, got the lamp. Probably meet you for a drink now.
The lamp took up heaps of time.
I bet it did.
Yeah. So that's probably the only times I could think about being like, I mean, there's got to be
There's
heaps.
got to be more. Same with me, but I can't think of any.
I'm actually above that.
I'm so above that, can't even remember any. But you know, this one as well, I actually saw, if they cancel last minute and just say, sorry, I can't make it, say, sorry, do we have plans tonight? So that's a good one.
That's a good one.
But I mean, cancelling last minute does piss me off though.
My favourite is using the wrong name for someone.
Yeah. That's a power move.
It's
for
such
sure.
a power move. I love that.
Yep.
For example, when that Josh story, and then I went, Jason, is it?
Yeah.
No worries, Jason.
I reckon guys use that when they want to be the alpha male as well.
Big dickin'.
Yeah, if they're meeting a new guy who's like new in the friend group or like
Yeah.
something to do with the other girls, like say his name's Rob, they'll be like, Rod, was it? Oh, sorry, that's right. Yeah,
Rob.
You know, yeah. Mm-hmm. They always pretend.
Yes. I think before we begin the story, I just think we need to give a public apology. It's been pointed out to us that our doppelganger episode should have been named Doppelbanger.
Doppelbanger.
And
that's
we're
right.
so sorry. We've let you down.
We have let you down. And you know what kills me? Is it was staring us right in the face.
It was
and
so
we didn't, between the three of us, no one picked it up.
No one picked it up.
We had to have our friend in the UK,
An
big
international
shout out,
listener.
Charlie,
Big
tell
shout.
us.
She
And I
said,
reckon-
by the way, girls, could have done heaps better.
She was like, not on.
Be better.
Be better.
So we're sorry.
We are sorry. So please accept our apologies.
Yep.
And we will be changing that.
We've changed the name already.
Great.
Okay, so this story, it's a long-haired Yahoo kind of relationship.
I know the exact type.
In my order of things that I love most in the world, number 1, Barbie the Camry wagon. Number 2, Barbs. Number 3,
Me.
long-haired
kidding, I know
Yahoos. Long-haired Yahoos.
Kate had a stage, and I think you've kind of grown out of it.
I've gone to more of a shaved head vibe.
a more mature man, if you will. But also, is that just because all the long-haired Yahoos now have to shave their head because they don't have much hair left?
Could be.
Maybe it's the age. So when we were in our young 20s, early 20s, teen years, it was all the long hair phase and it was like the surfer hotness, you know, the long hair hot. Now you're definitely
Shaved head. Yep. But yeah, definitely a very big stage of my life was long-haired Yahoos. Living the long hair, don't care, LHDC lifestyle, I called it.
And it's also the surfer vibe as well.
And as a pro surfer myself.
Well, exactly. I was going to say that. And the surf photography, the pro surfer, it's a lot. You spend a lot of time with those folk.
When I used to go out and like someone would be like, oh, what do you do? And I like wouldn't tell them, but I have a friend tell them I was a pro surfer. And then they'd be like, oh my God, what? You're a pro surfer? I'm like, yeah. And then they'd be like, show me a picture. Do you know what I do?
Who?
Show a picture of my brother, but like move it around because we were on the dance floor so they couldn't tell. And that's me.
You should have used one of your surf photography photos from afar, like zoomed out, tiny little.
It was a picture I took of him in a barrel. Can't really tell. Yes, me.
Just got ooze shoulders.
And hell duck hair.
That's me.
Yeah, that's toxic.
But you know what?
You win some, you lose some.
You do. Exactly.
Okay, yeah, a long-haired Yahoo kind of relationship. I would say beginning details of the story, not that interesting, pretty boring. Although, again, 2 red flags, anti-vaxxer, Joe Rogan listener.
We're seeing a pattern.
We
are seeing a pattern.
Do I have a type?
I think you have a toxic type, if you will.
If you will. Yes.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, I reckon when he first became big a few years ago, not as controversial.
I didn't mind him then.
Yeah, he had a few good points, a few good podcasts, and then suddenly he got all the wrong followers, I reckon.
And don't come at me, Joe Rogan. Don't come at me.
Well, now that we're this huge, he's going to want us to feature on our podcast. And we're going to have to say, sorry, Joe.
Sorry, Joe. We disagree.
Morally, Joe, we've already spoken shit about you, so probably not. But you know what? If you want to pass some of your followers on to us,
we'll take it.
We will take them.
We'll take what we can get. Anyway, met on Tinder. This is when I was living in my Hampton Hose house. So it was a house, 3 girls, single. Street was called Hampton Street. Obviously, naturally, Hampton Hose.
I only got kicked out because of the great
There was-
mold
there was a-
plague of 2021.
Big mold plague that took over the entire house. I feel like that mold took part of my personality as well. It was real tough.
And it took a few clothes and pairs of shoes with you as
Yeah.
well. Rough.
Anyway, we were dating, going to full-on dinners, like activities, bowling. He came out and met my friends. Rock climbing, etc. Dating, doing the thing that you do. Somewhere along the line, I went down south. He lived down south, so I was like going down to see him, I think. I can't really remember. And my family was there, and I was like, oh, come over. We're having dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Did he come? No.
No.
So at this point, it's been months, and I'm a bit confused. I'm like, we're going out for dinner dates. You'll come to Perth. We're like
Hanging out. Going rock climbing.
bowling, etc. And you're not coming over to meet my family. Like, it wasn't like a meet me. It was like, come, like, we're eating, we're chilling. There was like 15 people there at my house. It wasn't just mum and dad.
Yeah.
It was like,
Wasn't a first birthday party.
no. So then the next weekend we went down south. Remember for my birthday? Didn't hear from him.
Yes, I do remember.
It's very awkward. Very awkward.
That's unlike us to go down south.
So it just sort of fizzled out.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, I don't know, a couple of months later, he messaged me to catch up for a coffee. I said yes. Then he bailed last minute. I was salty as fuck about it.
That's when you say, do we have plans? Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
Completely forgot.
So what was your name again? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago, me and my brother, just for something different, we went to our favourite place in the whole world.
Benny's.
Big shout out, Benny. Thank you for creating such a beautiful place. Anyway, go there with my brother. We rocked up really late, like midnight. Ran into your sister Hannah, who had been at a different Bingo Loco event. Yeah, she
Bingo Loco sponsoring the event.
I think they
That was
might
like
have
5
sponsored.
shout outs. Thank you.
Anyway, so I like run into Hannah and we're talking. And then I see this guy, he's quite tall, long-haired Yahoo, walking over, right? And then I'm like, oh, fuck, here he comes. And I had a hat on, so I kind of tried to put my head down and but Hannah was talking to me, so then I had to kind of make eye contact with her and I'm like, oh my God, Kate. Hi. How you been? I was
confidence.
I was like, oh, good, man. Like, how are you? Yeah, like, so good. Starts asking me all these
So good to
questions.
hear. Love that.
So good to see you.
Love that.
You know that like real bitch fake smile? Hi. That one?
Yep.
One of those. Hannah's standing there and she's like looking at this interaction. I could tell she was like, the fuck's going on here? Okay, see ya. Off he goes.
Peace and pout.
Hannah says to me, who is that? And I was like, oh, some guy I used to hook up with. She was like, thought so. Anyway, that was like that little thing with Hannah, couple of seconds, right? He's taken a few steps away from me. I go back to look at him. My brother's standing there. I watch him step, notice my brother. Oh, hey, man.
Oh.
And my brother's like,
Kind.
what? Hey, man, what are you doing here? They're broing down. And I'm like, the fuck's going on right now? So I walk over and just insert myself into this little, now a 3
Love triangle.
triangle. Anyway, I'm looking at the two of them like, how the fuck do you know each other? This guy's looking at me and my brother going, how do you know each other? Luke's got no idea because he knows why I'm there. He knows that I'm here to stand with him awkwardly. He doesn't think I know who this guy is. And then this guy goes, how do you guys know each other? I was like, we're brother and sister. And he was like, how do you guys know each other? And they're like, we met at Red Bluff last week. We spent all week together. And then I was like, you guys have met. Because one day he stayed at my house and my brother picked me up to go surfing and we very briefly dropped this guy home. I was like, you've met.
They were both trying to do the ultimate alpha male and pretending they hadn't met.
No, and then after they said that, they were both like, oh,
Maybe they're
yeah.
just that. Not all there.
Oh.
Few cents sorts of. Hang on.
Oh,
Few cents short of $1. If you know what I
yeah.
mean.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, and they were broing down, right? And then anyway, conversation ends, but I'm standing there in this group of 3. He then turns his attention to me and I'm like, oh. And then first of all, he starts telling me that my brother was snaking him at bluff, which means like cutting him off in the surf. And I was like, you're just jealous because he's a better surfer than you, babe.
Okay. Well, he learned from the best.
Do you know what?
You.
Green doesn't look very good on you. Anyway, and then he goes, oh, are you still with your boyfriend? And I was like, no. And then he was like, oh, what happened? And then like I kind of hesitated because I was like, do I tell him he was a narcissist? Does that make me look bad?
And also,
I don't want to be pitied.
what are you going to have a freaking D&M with this guy?
Yeah.
No.
So I hesitated and then I went, it just didn't work out. And you know what he says to me?
Well.
Do you need a hug?
Ooh.
Oh.
From you? No.
And then I was like, nah, man, I'm good. And then he reaches in, wraps his arm around me and he was like, it's going to be okay. Sorry. Sorry.
Red flag.
What?
I mean, now he wants to give you all the love and attention.
Yeah, you didn't want it back then, babe.
Now you want it. He's
Now
trying to
you-
get his greasy little mitts back in.
On me. No.
Was he trying to flirt? Maybe he
I
was
don't
shooting
know.
his shot. Shooting his shot for
It's
sure.
so weird. And like, the thing is like so happy after the breakup. Best thing I ever did. There's a lot of best things in my life. That was probably one of the top
I think a
3.
few people rejoiced.
The world rejoiced. I don't need a hug from you.
No.
Number one, I don't do hugs. We know that.
No.
One time, a couple of weeks ago, Nicola accidentally touched me on my back and I freaked out, didn't I? I froze.
Well, like if Kate and I like meeting up somewhere and then like meeting up with our other friends, like they're like, oh, hey Kate, they give like a hug at me. Kate look at you like, hey. Well, we don't hug.
No, at the new Bingo Loco, there was a song where everyone was holding hands.
Kate was like, everyone get the fuck away from me.
We were holding hands and I was like, this.
Kate's like, oh, gotta get a drink.
Sorry, not for me.
Let me out of here.
Not for me. So then like that interaction happens and I'm like, oh, wow, that is weird. Then we're on the dance floor and he's like trying to like flirt with me in the most fucked up way. Like our backs are to each other. He does the typical taps me on the shoulder, looks away.
Oh.
So I turn around. Sorry, bro's like 35. No.
Age is just a number.
And even Luke was like, Kate, I think he's trying to like hit on you. I was like, this is so weird.
That is a bit odd.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
you're dancing on the dance floor.
so dancing on the dance floor, then me and Luke are like, because there's 2 sections at Benny's, front and back.
Yep.
Me and Luke are like, out the back. Out the back we go, heaps better out the back. I got to go out the back. You need to have a stamp to get out the back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. My favourite line in the world is, I know the DJ.
Well, when you do know the DJ, you can play that card.
Straight out the back I go. Straight out the back. Come on, Luke, come with me. He's with me. Thank you.
Steps through that. Sorry, excuse me, peasants.
Sorry.
Out of my way.
I go up to the DJ. Hey! And he's like, oh my God, Kate, gives me a big hug. Because at this stage, me and the DJ are actually sleeping together.
It's not what you know.
It's who you know.
It's who you know.
And I've always said that.
We have always said that.
Anyway, go out the back. In the little interaction out the front, the guy that I used to date has a really hot friend. Bit short. Shorter than me.
Short
Doesn't
king?
matter. Short king. Lovely, funny, very hot. And so me and Luke are on the dance floor and I'm like, that guy was really hot. And he was like, go get his number. And anyway, Luke G'd me up. And I was like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Going back inside. So I go back inside. I have to, pass the guy that I used to date infiltrate their circle. So I pretended that I was trying to get to someone, danced by. Oh my God, hey. Danced for a little bit, said in the group with the guy that I think's hot and the dating guy. And I go, oh, actually, I've got to go. And then I'm like, bye guys, see ya, to this guy, to the hot guy. This might be a bit forward, but like, can I have your like Instagram? And he was like, yeah.
What's your Snapchat?
And then I was like, what's your name? And then he goes to give it to me and he's like, I'm a dad. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I'm a dad with a kid and I have a wife. I was like, okay.
Well, I clearly don't want your Instagram then, but I'm not looking for a mate. I got enough friends. Scram. Stop wasting everyone's time and stay home. That's all I have to say.
So I was like, okay, see you later. Go back out the back. But I'm a horny motherfucker. And I know I'm hooking up with the DJ, but I just want to be a little bit
Fingers in many pies.
Fingers in many pies. Message the original guy, the hug guy I used to date, and I say, come out the back for a dance. Literally the last song's playing.
Yep.
And I know that. Anyway, he comes out the back. Hey, and I'm like, oh my God, what? Hey, you're here, so crazy. You came to see me. What? We had like a 2-second dance. Music ends. The DJ
So DJ's
stopped.
done for the night.
DJ is done. DJ comes over. Hey, gives me like a big hug. And then
Because you're hooking up with the DJ.
I'm hooking up with the DJ.
Okay. Yep.
The guy I'm dating doesn't know this. The DJ then goes to me.
Dating or old dating guy?
Old dating. Yep. Sorry, the guy I used to date doesn't know I'm
the
hooking
hug
up
guy
with the DJ.
Doesn't know you're hooking up with DJ.
Yeah. The DJ knows I'm there with my brother because I said me and my brother are coming. The DJ then says to me, oh, do you want a drink? And I'm like, oh, that's okay. And he's like, no, I'll get you a drink. Turns to the guy I'm dating, do you want a drink? And then I'm like, don't buy him a drink. I was like, don't get him a drink. Don't. And he's like, no, I'll get him a drink. I was like, don't do it, brother. Don't do it. No. Obviously, I'm going to get him a drink. Okay.
Oh, no. So he is mistaking.
He thinks the guy that I used to date who's trying to hit on me is my brother.
Nah. So the guy you're hooking up with buys your ex hookup a drink.
A drink.
That's nice of him.
Unknowingly. Goes off to get a drink. The guy I used to date puts his arm around me and he's laying it hard.
Yeah.
He's laying, and I'm so awkward. I'm stiff. My brother's there chatting up a chick.
You're like, help.
Anybody. Red flag, ding, 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 ding. Anyway, then this guy I'm dating tries to have a conversation with me about why it didn't work out 12 months ago. And he goes, I just think like we just didn't really communicate enough.
That's a good place to have a good conversation out the back of Benny's once it's closed.
Right?
Yeah.
And the security, they're trying to move us out. I'm like, take me.
They're doing one of the roundup hands. Like, get up.
I'm like, I want out, babe. I want out of this. Anyway, he's like, no, I just don't think we communicated enough. And then I was like, fuck it. And I said, yeah, you really hurt me. I was really in love with you and you broke my heart.
And did he say, would you like a hug?
And he thought I was serious.
Oh.
So he felt so bad.
Stay
toxic. But I'm confused and I'm still confused now. Okay. He says we didn't communicate enough.
Yep.
Right? So are you saying because you wanted to hook up, like you just wanted to hook up, and then when I invited you to hang out with my family, that was too much and we weren't communicating on that front? Because if that was the case, like we could have just kept hooking up, like you could have just said that. Or did you want more? Because we weren't communicating enough. You actually wanted more and you thought I didn't want more, but I invited you to hang out with my friends and family.
I say too little too late.
Yeah.
So the guy came back. Did he give you both a beer?
Gave him a beer. Gave me a beer.
At what point did you tell him that it was the love triangle?
We're standing in a circle, the three of us.
That is a love triangle.
It's a love triangle.
Should have taken them both home.
Sue me. Nah, too much to manage. Too much to manage. And then the DJ was like, got to pack my stuff up. And then the security started moving us out. And then this guy just left with his beer. And then I said to the DJ, that wasn't my brother. And he was like, oh. I was like, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you go home with the DJ?
Yeah, I did. It was great. Thank you.
Well,
Thanks
there you go.
heaps.
So it's a win-win situation.
Yeah,
really.
if you want to hit me up, DJ, that'd be nice.
I love that.
What concerns me, the fact that everybody knows everybody in Perth.
They do. It's we say it's a 1 degree separation. So every single person you know in Perth knows someone else you know. And it's true. Like if you say like you follow someone on Instagram or whatever it is, I don't reckon I've ever followed someone without a mutual friend. There's always something.
There's always going to be something.
Yeah, there's always
and
something.
I've experienced this a lot in my love life. First instance, the firefighters.
I'd say first instance just then.
Well, that. But pre that.
Firefighters.
The firefighters. Remember, I was hooking up with this guy who was a firefighter.
Yeah.
He like invited me to like this. He was like, oh, my bees have got honey. We're going to go harvest the honey. Do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, man. I think I'd hooked up with him twice at this stage, right? Go to his cousins, have the bees, go to his cousin's house. But I've met the cousin they're friends.
Right.
It's chill. It's chill.
That sounds actually like quite a cute date though.
Right?
Random but cute.
Go to the bees, right? It's a full fucking family affair. There's a 3-day-old baby that I'm now holding. One of the cousins' baby I'm holding, and they're all introducing themselves to me, and I'm like, I met this guy twice.
I'm just here for the free honey.
I wanted
inflation. It's really expensive at the moment.
I wanted some free honey. Anyway, he is a firefighter. He knows another guy who's a firefighter who I run into him everywhere. I've seen this guy on heaps of the dating apps. Saw him out once, and he was like, and these two are like best mates, I think. And he's like, oh my God, like, hey, like we've like matched on whatever. And we had this like big chat. And I was like, yeah, like, cool. I run into this guy everywhere. We saw him. We went out for dinner, and I saw him there on a date at dinner.
That's nice.
And then a few days later, he matched me on Hinge and then messages me and goes, I've seen you before, winky face. And do you know what I said back? I literally saw you on a date the other night. And he goes, oh, and you didn't say hello? And
Sorry.
I said, I'm not getting in the way of love.
One of these. Oh, hey. Can I pull up a chair? Dinner for 3? All right, let's have a chat. Like, who's going to stop someone on a date, say hello when you literally don't even know them? Hey, remember we matched on Tinder.
And we've spoken in person when we're drunk and what? We were meant to go on a date. That's right. Oh, we were meant to go on a fucking date, and before I started dating that other firefighter.
Right.
And then he went fishing and got home at like 8:30 at night. No, not on a school night, not happening. And then the next person I dated was his best mate, the firefighter.
Oops.
Sorry.
Nah, everyone knows everyone. That's why you don't, make a podcast and talk shit about people.
You're just going to bite me in the ass so bad.
I told Kate she's going to be getting all these like apology messages soon because the podcast is going viral and people are going to be stressing hard.
Too late now.
Too little, too late.
Honestly. And then the young guy that I'm currently sleeping with is best mates with a guy that I used to sleep with. Now trains at a gym. The owner of the gym is the guy that I used to sleep with. So there's 3 guys that I used to sleep with. Then also, you know who goes to the gym?
Who goes to your gym?
My ex-boyfriend, his mum and his new girlfriend. That's
nice.
I used to be friends with her. I mean, I guess I'm still friends with her, but like we were
Don't
like
see
close.
each other as much.
No.
Funny that.
So
she invite them all around for dinner with the mum, the gym owner, the ex-boyfriend. It's just good catch up.
And the gym owner recently messaged me. He was like, oh, you should come like trial my gym. Like come give it a go. Honey, you, the guy I'm sleeping with, my ex-boyfriend, the mum, the new girlfriend. There's definitely 2 other people I probably slept with at that gym as well.
So sue you. Sue you for being hot.
Sorry. Fuck.
But I reckon it makes a good point about like communicating where you stand when you're dating someone, like what you were saying with about, long-haired Yahoo.
Yeah.
At what point can you be upset with someone for what they do when you haven't had that communication?
Yes, communication is the key.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like okay, I don't know. I'm kind of in a situation now where it's definitely time to communicate about it. But after the traumatic experience of my last breakup, I'm traumatized as fuck.
Traumatized, so you don't want to commit because you're too scared.
Because I'm too scared.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But he's so lovely and amazing and wicked. But I'm a little bit fucked up at the moment. But but like, yeah, I'm like, I feel like if you haven't had the conversation, you can't really get upset. But then sometimes it's like, is there an unwritten rule? Like, is it just like?
I think it depends where you're at, because if you're both at the same unwritten, both don't care, it's a little bit different. But one person can get really hurt.
Yeah, I know.
But again, if you haven't chatted about it, you can't technically be too upset. I mean, it can hurt, but you can't really blame the other person.
Yeah,
because
you didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have the balls to bring it up and be like, where are we?
However, if it has been like 6+ months of exclusively hanging out all the time, sharing houses, beds every night, weeknights, school nights, then I feel like you have the right to be a bit upset.
Yeah.
If someone fucks something up.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I think that just comes, I think you just wait for it to come naturally. I don't know. I'm the worst. I'm the worst at communicating. I'll lie. I'll tell a lie. Even if it's unnecessary, I'll do it.
You got to go pick up the lamp. You got places to be, people to see.
But the thing is, I actually had to pick a lamp up, and it's a lovely lamp.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice lamp. Was it a bedside lamp, a full lamp?
It's a huge lamp. It's a big Balinese lamp.
Oh.
It's way too big for my place. So that's all we have time for today. We'll be releasing a podcast weekly on all the ins and outs of dating and my sex life, what not to do mostly. If you liked it, give us a follow on Instagram or Insty, as the Jerry say, on the TikToks. Day_facto. That's it.
See you next time.
Over and out.